The holiday season is upon us and brings a series of rough rides. Surviving it when grieving is difficult, but not impossible. You will make it through. Hello, my name is Gladys Bell, if we haven't met yet, and I'm a volunteer with the Motherless Daughters Ministry. Thank you for allowing us to be part of your day. Every week, you're given an invitation to join us for a few minutes of conversation to support motherless daughters everywhere with our stories, information, and encouragement. If this message is helpful, we'd like to ask you to share it with other motherless daughters, give us a thumbs up, a review, and subscribe to our channel. When people talk about the holidays, it brings visions of family gatherings, festive lights, special meals around dining tables, parties, music, gifts, shopping, and people having fun with friends and loved ones. But when you're grieving, the approach of the holiday season brings a paradox of emotions. On the one hand, there is joyful anticipation of spending time with family, loved ones, and friends. Then again, on the other hand, um, we have the anxiety of trying to set aside the overwhelming host of emotions connected to our grief, whatever that looks like for every individual. Sometimes the thought of all of that togetherness just makes you want to shrink away from all of the gatherings. If you are listening to this or watching it, you are already a survivor, whether it's been 24 hours, 24 days, or even 24 years. The fact is that you have survived loss up to this point. How you survived it is another conversation. We can only take it one day at a time, and each day presents its own challenges. Each day may require something totally different. It's a lifelong learning process to accumulate a variety of strategies in our toolboxes to navigate any situation that triggers our grief. First of all, let me acknowledge that everyone didn't have a great relationship with their mom, and everyone is not grieving a mother who has transitioned from this life. If you are new to our ministry, let me just say that a motherless daughter is also one who is missing or has missed or lost the nurturing of a mother due to it could have been chronic illness, it could have been substance abuse, it could have been narcissism, or the simple fact that mother herself was motherless and could not provide what was never modeled to her. Some of our community have found it necessary in order to have a healthy household to create boundaries that don't allow the kind of togetherness that we see on holiday television movies. So, as we talk about holiday grief, there are many, many variables that affect even the ideas that are mentioned here. Regardless of how we became motherless, grieving loss is a challenge, especially over the holiday season. It may feel impossible, but you will make it through. There are no easy steps to accomplish this, and there are no detours. What I can promise you is that there is a very large community of women going through very similar experiences. No two situations are alike, but all of us share the pain of loss. And especially during the holidays, many traditions and situations will trigger your grief. It can be helpful to spend some time thinking about ways you can manage the triggers ahead of time. And here are just a few thoughts to get you started. Number one, try not to totally isolate yourself from holiday activities, but plan ways to control your exposure. For instance, take a walk, volunteer to pick up a last minute item, spend time with a pet, or retreat to a different room for a few minutes. Number two, provide your own transportation so you can leave when you are ready. You can limit that time. Number three, know that well intentioned people make comments that are sometimes hurtful to you. Stop before you react and remember that many of them really don't have a clue what you're going through. Number four, try not to be angry with those who try to, quote, cheer you up. Um, for those that are around us, don't try to cheer up somebody that is grieving, just love on them. Number five, do something non traditional. Um, that the traditional things sometimes emphasize our loss. So try something non traditional. Number six, give yourself permission to feel the grief. Make time for it. The only way to move out of grief is to move through it. Number seven, and lastly, but not least, be intentional about reminiscing happy holiday times and those events and people that did nurture you and make some happy holiday memories. We can become overwhelmed with the sadness of our grief, but that is not the totality of our experience. And we might have to dig through the rubble, but be intentional about finding those happy times and spending some time uh, m- thinking about those things. The key to survival is support. The Motherless Daughters Ministry is here for you. There are more than 10,000 people following our Facebook page who understand and support your feelings. Visit us at www.motherlessdaughtersministry.com. And remember, you are not alone.